There are hundreds of orphans in Missouri and over 10,000 orphans in the United States. This is the story of the Bradley family. Joe and Rhonda Bradley, with the help of the adoption agency Love Basket, opened their hearts to a baby girl in need of a home. Why did you decide to adopt?
I think that I kind of always knew in my heart that I would be involved in adoption or grow our family through adoption. Praying and thinking about it, kind of God had laid on our hearts that maybe we would grow our family not a traditional way, but through adoption. And then we went to a adoption conference. After that, we pretty much knew. I mean, we left there and looked at each other and said, yep, this is what God has for us.
For me, it wasn't until we had the opportunity to do some volunteer work at Rankin Jordan that it really struck home with me that adoption was a way that God was leading our family.
How did the process go for you?
We decided to adopt through a Christian adoption agency called Love Basket. It was about as easy a process as anything. From the time that we made the decision and had the home study, it was probably about 9 months before we found out about Sydney.
Did God teach you anything during the process? Lots of things, but I would say probably the biggest thing that God taught me through the process was being more open and loving and less critical of others. I spent 9 years working in pediatric and mostly intensive care and transport medicine, and during that time you can tend to become sort of jaded to certain lifestyles and families, and you see repeated problems with people. It really did change my heart to look differently at the kind of person who could love their baby so much that they wanted them to have a chance at a life in a Christian home.
Were there any exciting moments or hard moments along the way?
When Sydney was first born, she had to go into foster care for 20 days. It was a great experience from the perspective that we got to be with her every day, but we had to go home at night and sleep at our house and then start the next day. And we both were working at the time, and so we started our days very, very early in the morning, and that gave us the opportunity to spend the evening with her, and then we'd feed her and put her down at night.
Why should other people consider adopting?
I would say people just need to be ready to have their heart open to what God has for them. God led us to domestic adoption through a Christian agency, I believe, for a reason. The process isn't as smooth and easy for everyone. From the time we started filling out paperwork until the time Sid was home was only 8.5, 9 months. But knowing that you're going to have to really be able to open your heart and your mind to what God has in store for your family.
How can the church support adoption?
I think there's the opportunities that we have here have to start with allowing it to be more in the forefront so that there can be conversation for people that are know that adoption is for them, that there are people in the church that are willing to have conversations with them and speak to them about how they process things and how they open their lives, trusted God in the whole process and how He wants to grow their family.